Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a different type of video. We're going to be going through Reddit and looking at some memes and just different topics that are pretty popular and hot right now on Reddit. So it's more of a fun, laid-back video, not any rumors, leaks, anything like that. So if you're down for that, continue watching. The Aerith redesign controversy in a nutshell. Aerith Gainsborough. What we had, what we got, what Japan wants. And I completely get it, because it's like, I know that there was huge complaint about the way she looked, right? They said her face was too long, but honestly, I felt like her character model looked fantastic. I didn't think there was anything that need improvement. I was happy with it, but apparently Japan is not too thrilled about it. Left is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in a video game. Right looks deformed and bizarre. Not sure what the hell's wrong with some Japanese people to think the opposite. So, as you can see, the left is the way Aerith actually looks, and on the right, this is kind of, I guess, what Japan wanted to see. And to me, the one on the right looks less natural. Like, I don't think someone's face would naturally look like that. Whereas the left one, it looks realistic. It has, it looks human. That's how a person naturally would look. This very small face with big eyes is definitely, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not likely to be seen. This is an interesting one. You thought Ares and Aerith was bad? Everyone's been pronouncing Mako wrong. Posting this because I've been watching a bunch of videos and no one's pronouncing it right. I blame the shark. It's Mako. For extra butthurt, I also blame Reno, Nevada for the pronunciation of Reno. That's amazing. Oh boy, okay, this is one of my favorite ones, and I always said, if they're gonna remake this game, do they keep this scene? So this in itself, okay, so Cloud going into the bathtub scene with a bunch of these big, muscular, bulky guys, and it kind of insinuates that some sexual acts are being done. So it would be really funny to see that in the remake, and I guess they have to keep it to a degree civilized. They don't want to go all out porno, right? So it would be interesting to see how this plays out. And this is actually one of my most anticipated scenes in the game, which sounds ridiculous, but it's just funny how they're gonna portray this in a remake. Okay, so this is a little bit on the controversial side, and I definitely don't stand by what's being said here, but let's look into it just to kind of get a little giggle here and there at some of the comments that there will be. So this comes from the YouTube comment section of Tokyo Saurus. She's not underage enough for them. This is a little extreme, but let's admit it. Like, in those two original pictures that we looked at, the one on the left looked like a grown woman. The one on the right looked like not a child, but it also didn't look realistic. But it definitely was. I guess I get what this person's getting at here. Just sounds to me like another case of Japan wanting everything to be overly cute. That got 329 thumbs up, and you know what? That's pretty accurate. I mean, if you look at a lot of their character designs when it comes to manga, when it comes to video games, they try to cutesy it up as much as possible. They want women that look like prepubescent children. I think it's a little extreme. Exactly, damn pedophiles. My goodness. These guys are savages, way too much. Only the Japanese, they're so obsessed with childlike innocence and kawaii crap. No wonder they're full of lolly fucking pedophile. But some of this is downright racist. Lucky Sevens. This guy's saying, do it Square Enix, go wild and show us what Lucky Sevens would be like in high definition. Realistic looking graphics. Of course, they have to keep this in the game, come on. Although I only ever got this once organically and not going out of my way to try to get it, that would be great to see, even if most people probably don't even experience it. So this is interesting because I did a video on Final Fantasy's rating, and that I believe that it would be hard to keep it rated T if they kept all the original content. So it's interesting to come across a post like this. So he says, with all the speculation about the inclusion interpretation of elements in the remake, it got me thinking about the rating. Surely they would stick to a teen rating to maximize sales, right? With mature themes about mass murder, suicide, prostitution, and sex, I would imagine they would need to really tone things down to sustain that rating. Persona 5, for example, is rated M for including those themes. That is exactly what my point was in one of my videos way back. If you guys haven't seen it, good video to take a look at. But I kind of pretty much say a lot of this, and this would be the reason why they wouldn't have it rated T, because it's kind of hard to have all those themes and stay true to the original and still be rated T. It's just not likely, especially when we're talking about the world that we live in today versus way back in 97. And with the graphics that we had back in 97 not being realistic, right? Whereas now, these people look very human. Then versus now. Like, look at this. This is crazy. Let's see if I can get this bigger. Look at that. That is insane. The difference, unbelievable. The lighting, everything. It looks crazy, but I know. 1997, 2019, huge difference. Different hardware, but damn. Time has done a lot. This is an interesting comment as well. He's talking about how will they handle dialogue choices in the remake. Of course, we had choices in the original, and I imagine they may carry that over to the remake. In FF7, a lot of dialogue would require you to make choice using the cursor to select a response to a question. Obviously, in the remake, a big ugly blue box isn't going to pop up for you to make your selection. I think it will be kind of like the follow select response with the analog stick sort of deal. No other real ideas how they would do this, and that's if they even keep the dialogue choices. I imagine they would, but that is a good point. How do they present that option to say what you want to say? Of course, I think it would be a cool throwback to have a blue box, but it wouldn't look good aesthetically. Do not spoil FF7. The pretty lady with flowers commands you to shut your mouth. So with a game that came out in 97, it'd be interesting to see, is it going to be spoilers still? Or is this something that we're free to talk about since technically the storyline has already been told? My goodness, the difference is incredible. Like, you can't even, oh my goodness, it's insane. Another good question, will Final Fantasy VII Remake have a difficulty option, or will it all be standard like in the older games? I think for sure that there will be a difficulty option, especially if we look back at Final Fantasy 15, and I believe, 13 Lightning Returns also had an option. And obviously, Kingdom Hearts has it, but that's not relevant to the Final Fantasy universe. So yeah, I think there will be. So originally, Tifa's eyes were supposed to be red. So if that's the case, that would be really cool if they ended up making them red in the remake. Or even a deep brown would look good too. I don't think that'd be a problem. But if they were originally supposed to be red, why not? So this will be the last one. If you look at the original model that they presented us with and the new one, my goodness, look at the difference. This is a huge night and day difference, and this is just between, 2015 to 2019 trailers? It's crazy. So that's all for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. It was fun going through Reddit and seeing what everyone's thoughts were. You let me know in the comments what you guys think. Please remember, hit the like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, it's in the description, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.